Let's get into Celebrity Sleaze, brought to you by Spectrum Internet, Mobile, and TV. Spectrum.com. For a Friday, hit me with some sleaze.
Well, since the big game is this weekend, Travis Kelce has seemingly thrown his hat into the ring as yet another person trying to guess if Taylor Swift will make it to the Super Bowl. It might matter more to him than others, but he did let reporters know he isn't 100% sure she'll make it. He also hinted that the couple isn't worried about the big game as they focus on their own success, Barnes. Here he is at a press conference talking about if Taylor had given him a pep talk ahead of the big game.
She's just working on entertaining them, making sure she's ready for her performances and everything. But the Super Bowl, we'll worry about if she can make it.
What I like is he's not shying away from the Taylor questions, and he says that it's fair.
I've noticed that.
He's not being a jerk about it. I've been watching that documentary about he and his brother. It's on Amazon Prime. It's actually really good.
I like the two together. I like when they do the podcast.
Yeah, it's a great documentary talking about it's at their house, both of their houses and their parents' house, and just how they're regular dudes.
One of the best Super Bowl ad campaigns won't even run during the game. It's by Dude Wipes, which are for, well, you know what they're for. They're putting electronic billboards up on the Vegas Strip, capitalizing on the whole Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce thing. Are you ready for the slogans?
It's probably a better strategy, but you don't have the TV audience, which is where it's at, you know?
I know. I mean, we probably could have written some of these, or Jimmy Barron would have. We love a clean tight end, too.
You knew that would be one of them.
How about a good swift cleaning that's tailored to your end zone?
She's probably going to sue them.
Yeah. If you're living in the tortured TP department, welcome to the wet wiping era.
Can't you just take a shower? Why do you need Dude Wipes?
Here's another one. It's me. Hi, I'm the solution. It's me, not TP.
Yeah, I just think you would just take a shower, but okay, if you need the special wipes. But like in Vegas, everyone's inside.
I know. I was going to ask you, like, what if you already had your favorite Super Bowl commercial?
I don't know yet. I mean, I think some of them have to have been held back, you know? Like, I'm still waiting to see something with Seinfeld.
You did just mention something that I did want to bring up. You said something about Taylor Swift or her people suing or whatever. Did you hear the story about threatening to sue a college student from the University of Central Florida? He's been tracking her private jet. It's a young entrepreneur.
I think he's done that to a few people.
Yeah, he's been running a social media account that tracks, I guess, the activity of private jets and helicopters owned by celebs and rich people.
It's just not cool. I mean,
No.
Come on, dude.
No, and it said that, you remember that report a couple of years ago that she's the biggest celebrity carbon dioxide polluter? Anyway, her team is considering the tracking to be, quote, stalking and harassing behavior, going as far as to call it a life or death matter for Taylor. Well, yeah, if you're tracking her plane, right?
Might be the dude that was tracking, I think, Elon Musk, maybe.
He was.
Okay, that guy, yep. Dude better watch it.
Well, quote, this information is already out there. Her team thinks they can control the world for what it's worth. That was what the quote said. Anyway, I don't know. I mean, I sort of feel like it is kind of scary when someone's tracking your plane, but I guess if people are doing it already, I don't know. The Madden NFL video game made its annual Super Bowl prediction based on a simulation. You want to hear their prediction, Barnes?
I heard, and it's right on the money, too, because the point spread, last I looked, was 2, and that's what they predicted, right?
Barnes, you know I don't understand the point spread.
Yes, you do. Okay, tell me the story, and I'm going to tell you. Go ahead.
They say that the Chiefs will beat the 49ers 30-28.
Okay. So the point spread is 2, and it's a -2. That means if you're going to bet, I'm sorry, it's +2. If you're going to bet, it's the opposite. My bad. It's +2.
Yeah.
So if you were
I'm really confused.
I'm sorry. If you bet on the Chiefs, you get 2 points. So if they lose by 2, nothing happens. You push is what they call it.
Okay.
But if they lose by 1, you really win because you get +2. Does that work for you?
Do you know what's happening in my head right now? La, 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 la.
Exactly. I figured, but it can get confusing.
Also, Patrick Mahomes will be named MVP. That is what the Madden NFL video game is saying.
What's been wrong for many years in a row.
Yeah, said it was wrong the last 3 years.
So I do think my money is on the Chiefs.
Real-time host and comedian Bill Maher might himself be a lightning rod of controversy at times. But guess what? He has his limits. He recently told TMZ Insider that he completely trashed a 2-hour interview with Kanye West on his Club Random podcast. Quote, I thought it was going to be a learning moment, he confessed when asked if he was bringing Kanye onto the show. In the first place, he said, look, he's a very charming anti-Semite, he continued, adding that the once A-list star was helpful for spreading the fertilizer for this idea that the Jews are the worst people in the world. So I guess when TMZ asked Kanye, and other people's permission to say hateful things, Bill Maher was like, yeah, I agree, exactly. That's why I wouldn't air that episode, because I'm not going to contribute to this. All kinds of wrongs there, right?
He's having issues. Kanye can't even book an arena to do a show. Nobody wants any Kanye.
At all.
Yeah.
Something is happening. Christopher Nolan, who, as you know, is nominated for Best Director for Oppenheimer for an Oscar, doesn't have an email, Barnes, or a cell phone. But he joked around that he has a burner phone inspired by the TV show The Wire. Here he is on Colbert talking about that.
How can this dude, one of the world's biggest directors, not have a phone to do business on?
How do you get in touch with him?
I mean, is he that big that he can just sit back and
This
let
is
all of his
crazy.
people do it?
You don't have a cell phone or an email address?
I don't have an email address. I never use email, and I don't have a smartphone. I will carry a pay-as-you-go, like, dumb phone thing when I need to. Yeah.
So you have a burner phone?
I suppose you could put it that way.
Mm-hmm. And do you work with the cartels?
I was inspired by The Wire, definitely.
Okay,
but,
great. And then when you're done, you break it up and you put it in 2 different trash cans before you leave
Jason
town?
Bourne style, yes.
Yeah, okay.
I just can't believe dude doesn't have an iPhone or something to do business. It's weird.
Oh, it's been deleted, but Britney Spears posted a throwback picture on Instagram of her with songwriter Diane Warren and Ben Affleck from back in 1999.
Yeah.
And admitted he made out with one of them.
I saw that post and then it was gone, but what the hell? What is she trying to do now?
She's like, cool pic of me and Ben Affleck and Diane Warren years ago. He's such an amazing actor. Did I fail to mention I made out with Ben that night? I honestly forgot. Damn, that's crazy. Wish I could tell you guys a story that happened before that. Oh dear, I'm just being a gossip girl. She forgot that she made out with him?
But all the internet sleuths started doing the math on the timing. And it looks like he
Yes.
might have been with Gwyneth Paltrow or something at that time.
Apparently it was just before she started dating Justin Timberlake, and maybe he was finished dating Gwyneth Paltrow or right around the time of that.
Bros coming in hot with some prime time Britney.
What else is she going to come out with?
I don't know, but she is a loose cannon.
Here's another funny story on The Tonight Show. Boy George told Jimmy Fallon that he used to sit outside David Bowie's house as a kid waiting to see if he would come out. Is that like stalking?
Have you ever been to like a star's house and been outside?
And waited for them to come out? No.
Like when you were young? Like there was never...
No, I mean, I think I would be too afraid that somebody would see me.
I took my daughters to...
You did?
We went to Katy Perry's.
Did you sit outside the house?
This was before she was like massively big. She was big, but not massively big. And yes, right down the street, like a few blocks, I thought it would be a thrill. And then she came out. And my girls freaked.
And you were like,
yeah, it was...
I kind of would have been freaked out too.
Yeah, but I can't think of any, because, you know, when you're a kid, how are you going to have access? I went and knocked on a door one time with Randy Rhoads, the guitarist for Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
When I was like 16, and he answered the door. This is at the hotel.
And what'd you do?
He was the coolest ever. This was a month before he died. So I took pictures. Like, he was just talking to us, like, chatting it up.
And that's it. He wasn't upset that you knocked on the door and...
Me and a buddy, little Beavis and Butthead. I mean, 16, knocked on the door. We're like, hi, Randy. I mean, he was my hero at the time, guitar dude. And then I couldn't believe when he died the next month. That was really, that connection was weird for me to process as a young Barnes.
All right, well, you have to check out Boy George, who used to camp out at David Bowie's house.
I saw him once in Australia in the first class lounge, and I was just freshly famous, and I thought, am I allowed to go and talk to Bowie? And on what level do I talk to him? Because, you know, I used to sit outside his house when I was 10, you know. I was...
No, I didn't know that you used to stalk David Bowie.
I sat outside his house with many fans, or lots of fans that sat outside, you know.
And just waiting for him
Waited to see if he came out, you know. Simply to see what shoes he might be wearing. Do you know what I mean?
It's funny, I did that. I was at Bowie's in L.A. I told David Bowie when he was on our show.
That you camped out.
No, I was at his building. It was when he and Amon lived in Beverly Hills in this, like, 5-story. I never saw him, but, yeah, you would have thought I was stalking. I just happened to be there.
This is kind of a creepy story. I'm going to end with this. Clara McGregor, she's talking about having to watch her dad, Ewan McGregor's film, The Pillow Book, in high school with her class. Just one problem, Barnes. Her dad was nude in a lot of the film.
Hey.
And so we watched a movie called The Pillow Book, which is a brilliant film. But watching that movie at 17 with your entire high school class, it's more like they're watching me watch that film. You know, which was definitely an interesting...
Were you nude in that film?
A lot.
Yeah.
Frontally nude the whole time.
Oh, that's just gross.
I mean, creepy. That is your celebrity sleaze.